This one. This should be my audio device. Now my mic should be working. So hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. True Voice of Reason. Yes, I see that now. There was no sound to begin with. So thank you very much for that. I I didn't have the microphone selected when I plugged it in. I just kind of put everything together real fast because normally I do this at like 6 p.m. and I'm live from my phone. So today I'm just in front of the system. Let me see if I can get this alternate view. So I've got my DJI Osmo 3 set up. Yeah, this is how I should be at my desk. And this is how I live stream, all hunched over. So this is why I'm not at my desk all that much. I still need to figure this out. This system is very low and my seat is above the table height. It's a very weird sort of thing, but I'm making it work. I wanted to just come on live and just do some stuff. I think maybe what I'll do is just throw this one to the gods and do like a Spotify discovery sort of playlist. Listening to the Bucard Audio E50 bookshelves today using the Eversolo DMP A6 Gen 2 Master Edition, the silver one, as the DAC streamer. So what I'm going to do is just pull up the Spotify player, and then I can say I can just browse my playlist. I'll include the sounds on screen. We'll get the Discovery playlist in here. Discovery Weekly. I'd say, let me hold on. I'd say beanbag. That would be even worse for posture. Yeah. Or like kneeling on a Japanese stool or something, and then I would be kneeling. So it's not ideal. This whole situation where I'm starting to use my desk as a podcast surface, not ideal. Absolutely. I do need to figure it out. Certainly for things like editing videos, my posture here at the desk is terrible. I do need to figure that out. Absolutely, I need to figure that out. So I'm going to share from tab. We'll browse some music. It's going to get copyright flagged for everything pretty much, which is fine. You know, I'm not really, YouTube doesn't really pay me a whole lot anyways. The whole point of this is just to do community stuff. I'm here for the conversation. So the more that you guys have to say, the more I'm interested in doing these live sessions. I'm caught in a number of things right now. I put some items up for sale, some messages. Yeah, so this is what I like to do, is just do this discovery playlist. I'm going to make this window a lot smaller so my eyes are in the right place. There we go. So I do this discovery weekly. This is an algorithm that's pretty much selected for me. This player doesn't have the same options for music choice that the actual app does, but when I play through here, I can actually get it to come through on stream. So I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit here, and I just want to start from the top and go down, and we'll just kind of browse through this music while we're here chatting. And if anybody has anything to say or, you know, talk about, then feel free to mention anything, talk in the chat, like send me a message if you're on. Hold on. Yeah. If we're any kinds of hi-fi topics, anything that's new, anything that came up in my streams recently. I did part 1 through 4 of the Expona recap playlist. That was with my guests and friends that joined me, and I split it up into 4 sections with chapters so people can kind of browse through the chapters and listen to certain topics and not have to consume the whole 4-hour podcast at one time. So I spent 2 days doing all that, putting the chapters in, and I realized chapters is a lot of editing. So anyways, let's start with the first song in this playlist. Let me know if you hear the songs, and I'll try to adjust the volume of each as I can. Starting very quiet. A lot of my playlists lately have been all like neo soul and easy listening and all that kind of stuff. So it shouldn't be very aggressive music this weekend.
Mystery,
Yeah, let me know about the sound levels, volumes. I don't have a mixer here, so I can't control my mic versus the sounds. And I can't see I can't see the sound incoming sound from the browser. I can see my microphone level. You'll see on screen which song is playing. So that would be an easier way to do it. Pretty easy listening stuff this last little while. It's they've taken the algorithm, I guess, in Spotify's taken a lot from my influence lately. I've been listening to a lot of neo soul stuff and playing it just for fun in the background and that kind of thing, just enjoying stuff. So True Voice of Reason saying I need to go back to the through the exponent vids to find one where you mentioned getting a younger crowd involved. The guy I watch has a video that can help. So you have a video. Why don't you send me the link to that video? And you don't need to watch the video. Or would you put that link of the video on the other video? Like, I'm not really understanding what you mean there. Just send me the link. I'll find it. I'll put it in my own video. And yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely important thing right now because, and we mentioned it like 10 times in those videos, because the industry is changing. The aging of the eras is changing, and the way that people consume media has definitely changed. I mean, MP3 wasn't even a thing before, but now it is. You have digital streaming, which is another story. And as much as people want to argue about quality, which I'm not disagreeing with them, the issue is trying to get that quality into the hands of younger people. They don't have the same options that people argue about quality have. It's a big conversation. Moving on down this list. I'm absolutely all for that. I know that mobile audio players, MAPs or whatever you want to call them, aside from your phone, they have different options for DACs and headphone inputs and battery life and storage capacity. These are kinds of things that my friends are asking about. They want a media player that's more mobile, and they can use put files from their computer on it instead of streaming, because streaming costs extra money. Paying for your phone and all that data costs extra money. So they're all looking for lower cost options to get into audio, but not sacrifice sound quality or the convenience of having it like mobile. Mobile is a big deal. So the title of the song is up here on the side and listed on here. If anybody's looking for what I'm playing, assuming you can hear it, of course, because I did include audio in the stream. So it's about a minute of each. Again, this is probably all going to get flagged by copyright, so it is what it is. Again, I come on live like this so I can talk with the audience. I can have conversations about things. I wish some of the guys that talk shit in my comments would come on live and actually have a conversation with me while I'm here. I mean, even recently there was some guy, Milvet Dog, I think. I can't remember because they deleted both comments. What is this? Nick is messaging me from Black Ocean. Yeah, anyways, he left a couple of comments on my videos like, oh, you were yapping so much. Can you just play the sound demos back and forth? Like, people get really demanding and entitled in the comments, but then why delete your comments? I said, thanks for the feedback. I mean, I realize people just want to get to the details, but we as creators are not beholden to the audience who's just on for free and comment and just make demands. It's I don't understand what it is. I mean, if you have something to say like that, then come and say it. Like, make yourself known. Don't delete what you're saying. Like, stick to it. It's so weird. People to just have so much negativity and criticisms and things to say about what happens in creator lives. It just, do it yourself. If I'm not doing what you like, then don't watch. I mean, are you forced, like, Clockwork Orange to sit and watch things? No. You have a choice to stick around or not. And you don't have to tell me you don't like it. Who cares? Pixel Castle's in the house. What's going on, man? My regular crew. I'm a little bit early today. Appreciate you all being here. And yeah, I don't mean to focus on the negative stuff. You know how it is, human nature. I'd like to eliminate it, is what I mean. And the other side to it is too, why is it that the ones that are critical and negative are the ones that comment the most? I guess they have nothing else to do in life, and that's why they're commenting on videos with such negativity. And the friends that I have that are busy, that have productive lives, that are doing something positive in the world, they don't have much time to sit and just comment on stuff online. And I've got to get used to that. I had a conversation actually with Costa earlier today, how busy our friends are and how productive people just don't have time to be online and follow up and argue and debate and just troll. And I mean, it's like the ones that have nothing else to do seem to be the ones that are glued to the screen and have their phone in hand at all times, ready to just do this back and forth nonsense. Really, really weird. Zeus on Twitch then saw I was, oh yeah, he is on. I realized that I need to be doing that too. Can we tune in? Can I pull up what he's doing on Twitch? Hold on. Oh yeah, there it is. What's up, man? Go back to this. Apologize. That's cool. I meant to join into this. It was like that's, yeah, I see that now. I'm watching in the corner of my screen. I can't actually watch both at the same time. Hello, Mirage Bryson. Welcome. I am doing a bit of the music discovery. I guess I'm going to go back and watch his stream after this. He's on live Wednesdays and Sundays as a schedule, so which is really nice. You know, having a set schedule to do things is much better than what I'm doing. I'm on randomly, which, you know, I encourage people, if you want to see what I'm doing here and you want to take part in some of the things that I talk about, or you see in discussion, follow-up discussions, things that I've been doing or anything that's been posted, subscribe and set notifications so that when I do go on live sort of randomly, because my life is not quite as structured anymore, you can join me live and have these conversations when I'm on at any time for the week or whatnot. So the notifications does help. So I'm glad to hear that the notifications do work. Thank you for that. So you guys can hear the sounds of the music is playing, right? We're just browsing through some of these mostly laid back stuff, and I've been looking for like really well recorded stuff lately because I want to have better sort of like demo material, but then it also sounds better in general. So I'm looking for better recordings overall. That's something that I've been focusing on lately. Also, for those that joined late, I've got the other camera up here. The new speakers. Have you guys seen that I got the new speakers? I block that light out. And the fact that I'm like over at this desk, and I've been trying to figure this kind of thing out, but I need like a completely other system. This is how I'm doing it. Show off all my bald spots. Is what it is. We are out here doing the audio stuff. Very funky music lately. Like I was saying, I have been listening to a lot of neo soul music lately. So I think that's got into the algorithm, and now it's suggesting all of these like really cool sort of jazzy down tempo songs for me. This is nice. Just released a song a few days ago. I love it. You might enjoy it as well. French song. I find it well recorded on Tidal. Cool. I saw that there was like a documentary or something about her return to music. So that's definitely a good thing. I know that she's been through a lot of really heartbreaking stuff lately and trying to get her health in order. And that's amazing that that's happened. So I'll definitely check out that song. That would be cool. Nice to see Celine Dion make a return. This is a nice tune. This might have to go into my public playlist. So this is Discover Weekly Saved Selection. And that's available for everybody. If you want to follow along with my collection of stuff. Oh, this comes groovy as hell. Oh, yeah. I like that. That's good. All right. I could get pulled into listening to music like that like all day long, but I gotta keep moving. So again, the playlist has been cool. Thank you very much for that. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Again, this is the Discover Weekly playlist, so this is what we're doing. This is Discover Weekly as curated by Spotify, and I'm playing from the playlist now while we just chat and follow up on some things. Expono was a lot of fun, but it was really busy. I realized that taking on a lot of work and being able to see that entire show is just impossible for one person. And if I did, I would have no time to talk to anybody. And that's not good. I mean, the best part about going to that show was meeting the teams and talking with people that have not shown there, like Bucard Audio, Mads Bucard. I met him and talked for a while. And then the team from Arundel Sound and the team at Radiant Acoustics and the team at CLC, or the Gato guys that came over from Copenhagen. All of these teams that just, they don't show up all the time. And me being in Canada, having Toronto and Montreal, some of these teams don't even come up to Toronto or Montreal for shows. So they're only in the US shows, which is fine because the US has got the population and the numbers are much, much higher. So their return on investment is supported by going to the US shows. That's cool. I get that. So like I said, if I was trying to cover what my demanding, like annoying, entitled audience, some of the very, very few people that comment on my videos, the things that we demand from my channel, if I was doing only what they wanted to do, then the experience would be absolutely wasted. So this is the big problem I have with these sort of like narrow-minded people that end up making the most noise in comment sections, is they're very selfish. They're expressing only what they want from something, which is, I mean, in a public thing, like you can state as much, but then to complain and say things like, oh, you're yapping so much or whatever, like that's, I don't see how anybody thinks saying something like that is going to encourage me to change what I'm doing. And I can't make everybody happy anyways. So why would I start with something like that? If you're really nice and you like added a super chat, like $10 or something, you're like, hey, is there any way that you could replicate the sound demo and do it this way? Here's $10. I would make a personalized video for someone if he sent me $10. And I've got a new microphone. Guys, hold on a minute. Let me flip my camera up. Let this super funky song play out, and I'll show you the new mic that I have. Can we do this? This? than these. So for anybody who's actually like serious about audio recording and all that stuff, and now we have them. We have this. Let me turn this music down in the background so it's that song. So now I've got these new condenser microphones, right? They're isolated from each other. They're XLR, right? They're a little bit wider than my ears. You guys can't really see that. So they're a little bit wider than my ears. They're isolated from the stand, and this is a high quality recorder that has the 2 inputs, and it's isolated. So when I mount it, there won't be any rumbling. You have any idea how much this stuff costs? And everybody's demanding like for better sound demos and comments. Not like it really makes much of a difference anyways, because you can't judge sound through videos. But I went and purchased it anyways. So now I can do different kinds of materials, but people are demanding like that, and they're being complete jackasses in comment sections. And they expect material, they expect people to do better for them. It doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, that's a note to people that are making demands in comment sections. Don't like it. Not good. Not cool. I need my friends to be in the comment sections more often. Check in and be like, you know, bully the bullies. Just tell them, like, this is not cool. Hey, dude, like, shut the hell up, you know? Yeah, and then this is smooth and chill playlist. Absolutely. Like, a lot of this music is very long and kind of in that genre, you know. Let me see. I'll go back and show you guys which song it is. Scotty's in the house. What's up? I just got a message from Nick too. Nick is probably in the shot doing his thing. Cool. Doing his thing. I would actually like to have another stream. I was gonna reach out to some of the guys from Europe and have like start a stream earlier in the afternoon, like 1 p.m. and do like a follow up with Mads and the guys from Dutch and Radiant, give them a second chance to come in with maybe some props and talk about the technologies. Do a deep dive on Denmark. Denmark's got so many different brands there, showcasing so many different things. And I appreciate all of it, right? Like, it's some great stuff. So I don't mind giving them a highlight because it's really a benefit to the audience to like realize how much extra stuff is out there and how many products are available, and the more awareness you can bring. Especially European brands, they're not all represented in North America either because there's no distribution, there's no dealers. See, this is the really strange thing about content, right? If you don't have a global context for audio and hi-fi and what's available in the big picture, and you only have a limited view or a window of examples or references to judge by. Now, I don't know that that's fair for the consumer, because if you don't have the breadth and the width of the scientific data available and examples of what works and what doesn't, and you're only comparing based on like 40% of audio, can you really say you have the best? Technically, no. I mean, you could be satisfied, and that's fine as long as you're happy with your system. All those other catchphrases that these YouTubers have. enjoy it. Enjoy your system for what it is. You don't have to chase the dragon. This is the thing that a lot of us were talking about last week, is having like good enough audio is what we are all looking for. We don't need like always the next best thing, the next sale item, the next gimmick, like it's this version, it's the 37 version, then it's the 38 version, and then it's the 39 version. Same with iPhones. It's iPhone this, iPhone that. Like, if it doesn't really give you value, then having the newest thing is just a decoration. You don't really need that new thing. The way that the market is designed to entice consumerism. That's how they thrive. That's how they keep taking the money from everybody. You work and get money, and then you take that money and then you give it back to somebody in a business or a different company. You're not buying from wherever you work. And the money just keeps going around and around and around, and they keep extracting it. And that's what it's all designed to do. Some of it, the sole purpose of some of it is to just extract money from consumers. That's business. But if a lot of it doesn't have the value that it claims it does, especially the big picture. So this is what I say about European brands coming to the table and talking about what they're capable of, sets an example, or at least a bar to compare against, and options for people in the industry to understand, right? Like, this thing can do this kind of thing, or this can measure like this, or this can perform like this. And like, if you only had 10 speakers to compare, maybe you'd find a winner out of 10. But if you add 10 more, you'd have to compare 20 and find the best. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. Like racing, like any other competition. The more contact and the more players you have, the field average doesn't change. Well, that's why I like bringing things to the table, creating awareness for what's possible out there, instead of just a marketing bubble, which, is what they call a monopoly in marketing terms or business terms. Monopoly is not good for business, not good for the market, because they can just tell you whatever is and set a price for whatever is and just expect you to go along with it. Competition breeds innovation. Innovation provides value, and then the value starts to market price evaluation. I'm not an economist. I'm just saying. I hope you guys can see the names of songs and everything here on the side. We're just going through the Discover Weekly this evening, taking it easy. I went out for a number of walks today to the garbage bin, some spring cleaning. Moving out with this relaxing music. Enjoying the audio on the new speakers that you guys have seen. Quite amazing. I do love them. I've always, you guys know me at all. Purify is like my number one speaker type driver sound that I really appreciate. They have a remarkable amount of clarity. I see, yes, do I need to have that level? I mean, this is a computer setup. Think about it. This is at my computer desk. The Ever Solo, the mono blocks, the passive speakers. That's a computer system. Do I really need this? No. I don't really need this. But having it makes me happy. Just to showcase what I'm doing over here. We tried that in your listening room. No, and actually, Mads was asking me the same thing, because I've barely broken them in this space, and in the other room, which I don't have a camera for. You guys know I have the Kevlar 11s, and I've been recovering from a surgery the last little while, so I've been taking it easy. My left shoulder is still messed up from October, so lifting and moving anything around isn't really uh, recommended. Yeah, this comment. The broken surround speakers, you know. I've asked Lars from Purify to send me a driver, a defective driver or in parts or components like they had at Radiant. Maybe I can ask them about that because I'm always about teaching people what this does, like why it looks like that. And a lot of people still have this question, even though there was a deep dive and there was the company finally showed up at the show, and there's multiple brands now with these drivers. Picard, PLC, Radiant, and Chroma actually has the Purify drivers, and they all offer, like with all of these shows, they can all talk about how it works. People just look their eyes, and they just can't, they don't understand what they're looking at. So of course, if you don't understand something, it has to be broken, right? Like that's how we judge everything. That's intelligent. So if I can, I like that other view. That was actually kind of cool. You guys don't need to see my face right now. And I don't know how to get both cameras on here at the same time, but I would like to. The song that we're playing. Only a couple more to go. Yeah. So I'd like to get like an example. So like this. I'm just gonna use this, and you guys, you don't have to say what the brand is if you recognize it. You won't say it. Like this. It's really dusty. Just sitting beside my garbage bin. But like this, if I had a driver like that, then I can talk about it. You guys can see, like that's ridged. Right? This is for base demos that I'm going to use. It's an 8-inch woofer from a brand. Like I said, if you guys recognize it, don't say it. So the idea is that like I can use examples and showcase like how all this stuff moves. And if people don't know, it's actually really stiff. Anyways. So as a prop, right? I'm just using this to like as an educational prop. I'm assuming that worked. That actually came out of a scrap bin. I had permission. Well, it wasn't stolen. I had permission at the time. For whatever reason, the quality or whatever, they just get written off, and that's how I get those examples. But anyways, I wanted to get some from Purify to talk about the surround and how it works and demonstrate it exactly. There's a bunch of clips online. And for me in audio, the most exciting thing is the technology, like the B&W mid-range Spider and the idea of the Nautilus and the conical shape that eliminates the back wave, and the F-meta technology and the things that happen there, and the damp apex dome that Sonus Faber uses to eliminate the breakup frequency on the tip of the like there's so many tricks that are being added to audio that are usually not talked about. There's the engineering ear sort of heads are a very, very small audience. But the thing is, like, if everybody's arguing about best sound, then all of those things matter. That's like F1 racing. Like, why do some of the cars perform better than others? Or, in that case, the driver that's really using a lot of the limited options they have on the cars in order to make the best times, right? It's the person that's in the seat. But in other cases, the speaker designers, in our case, has a lot of these options to choose from, has developmental technologies to choose from, and those things can actually go into the sound quality. So I'm, as a curious sort of audiophile person, I'm wondering like why they're not mentioned more often, like field coils. field coil speakers, why they're not used that often, and why Andrew Jones just introduced one that is a concentric field coil design. It's two field coils together in a driver, and why that's not been done, or why that's new, or why they're not used that often. There's all these trade-offs, right? The trade-offs equal the sound that you have. So I guess for most people, it's not so much like the why it sounds that way, it's just the what does it sound like, and then that's enough. For me, it's not enough. I want to know more about it. Being a hobbyist, I mean, if you're a car person, any sort of tweaky sort of hobby, building computers, I mean, even gardening. Let's open up gardening, right? Like, it's not something that a lot of guys are into. Some are, but not a lot if we want to look at just statistics. But there's a lot of the stuff that goes into that. If you're growing your own garden, you need to make sure that you have plants that agree with each other, that have growing times that might pair well together, some that are resistant to bugs, and then you got to figure out how to combat against that. And the soil itself needs to be managed in such a way that is good for whatever you're trying to grow. I mean, you could talk about growing weed. That's a thing. I mean, a lot of people are into, a lot of dudes are into that, and that all has to be managed. Growing food in general has to be managed. And then there's different techniques for growing it fast, how much light, how much nutrients, the water levels. Are you growing it a certain way? Like, it's all tweaky. It's all options. Audio is no different. So it's yeah, I can have my food, but do you really wonder where it comes from? Most people, probably not. But the ones that are interested and want to know the why, like the why audience, those are my favorite people. I like those kinds of people. It's a very interesting song from Animals as Leaders, a metal band. Modern Me. Funny how I was just talking about food and then this song comes out. I didn't see it ahead of time. It's just interesting, you know, like why is very fascinating to me. Field coil was used back when manufacturing magnets were hard to do. The fact that there was a lot of and the fact that there was a lot of levels and electricity available in radio and amplifier. Tap into FC speakers, need a power supply. Yes. Well, I mean, I kind of knew a lot of that. I'm reading it out. But they're not used a lot. Like the Focal Grand Utopia speakers, I believe the woofer, the 15-inch woofer on the Grand Utopia is a field coil woofer because it needed to be fast enough to keep up with the rest of that tower. Audio Note UK makes a field coil version of their speakers. Visit Longer makes a field coil speaker, full range, I believe. So yeah, field coils need a power supply to power the coil on the outside to act as a permanent magnet, but it's not a permanent magnet, it's an electromagnet. So if anybody wants to know how it works, you can look it up, Google it, find a video that talks about how it works. And yeah, it's not common because there's more technicalities to it. Power supply, not a lot of people want to do that. Adds extra boxes, all that kind of thing. Yeah, so there are compromises to everything. Yes, they're faster. They can be more articulate, but a woofer field coil needs to be enormous. It draws a lot of power, so the benefits have to outweigh the cost. And the Grand Utopia obviously are very, very expensive. So those that are using them can obviously afford that. So yeah, there's a barrier to entry with some of the technologies. Like neodymium magnets now, forget about the supply of them, are very common because of a few things. I mean, one, there's no iron, so it gets rid of that inductance problem. Two, it can be very small and still output the same kind of magnetic force. So that's a benefit. And they're in a lot of things now where you have to put small drivers into small spaces like heaters. A lot of car audio would be using them because you can get them inside of the doors and frames. But permanent magnets like iron and ferrite magnets don't lose magnetic energy the same way that neodymium does if they get hot or cold. So there's a lot of science that goes into why things are chosen. And the reason why I'm talking about it this way, partly because of comment section. The comment section that we see as creators is full of people that have so much to say, but it seems like they didn't turn to Google first. They didn't want to look it up first. They didn't want to consult like a global index of information before they open their face and started, well, not really their face because they're not talking. They're wagging their fingers online and typing things out that is confusing to them or judgmental to them or whatever it is. And then they're not asking a resource like Google or other places for that answer. They're just complaining or whining or expecting the people out there to just answer it for you. We are not servants. If I don't know something, I look at Google. I look it up. That's why, I mean, maybe that's because I was in school for a long time. I know the value of research. I don't just, every time I have a question, I don't just run to the teacher, or like when I was young, I wouldn't always be able to run to my mom or father, or, you know what I mean? Like those figures didn't all have those answers. I had to figure out how to look it up or learn it myself. It's just a matter of intelligence. Some swear by alnico magnets used in vintage JBL, tannoys, and phonocards. And there's a reason for that. Some of them are easier to make. Some of them hold a different kind of focus, EL, or magnetic force. Price, availability, supply chain issues, the way they're charged, the way that they perform in certain applications. There's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, certainly with like phono cartridges, that's a whole other world. Moving magnet, moving coil, like both of them are extremely high sensitive type of things. They need to move and perform in such a way to accurately reproduce that groove, right? As we know. So there's a reason why you would use different kinds of materials in that specific application. And that would be one of those things. Like they swear by aluminum, nickel, cobalt, nickel magnet. I'm a fan of alnico. It has to do with the speakers I bought. I was brought up on, yeah. And that's a thing too. It's just like, you know, people become fans of certain things based on what, you know, and that happened to me for a brand that's here in Canada. As I grew up with a certain brand, I was introduced to them as a child, teenager. And I just adored them forever. I thought they were like the cat's ass. That was like the only thing that I wanted, was to live up to this brand that was in front of my face. And it wasn't until, like I spoke about earlier, like opening my mind to like the global stage of audio and what was available, I didn't break those bonds of affection for this brand until two things happened. One, I won't mention, but two, I started introducing myself brands outside of that. And I started realizing like, oh, there's a whole other world out there. Like, cue the Aladdin song. And I started looking around. It's like I realized like there's more out here, and my horizons open because I wasn't narrowly focused on what I grew up with in my comfort zone. I mean, you don't learn anything, you don't grow in a comfort zone. You have to break those things and experiment and take a chance and take a risk and look around for you to realize that there's more stuff going on, you know. We're not born with the limited number, you know, a limited extremity of information, right? We don't have all of the information, no matter how confident or successful or whatever we are. There's more going on around us all the time. So it would never be limited by favoritism or access. Because I live in a certain area, I've only ever seen JBL, Bose, Sony. You know what I mean? These brands are everywhere because of their successful business, but it doesn't mean that they're the only standards or references to learn by. There's lots of stuff out there, and it's changing all the time. That's the beautiful part of being aware and going to shows. And like I was saying, I started today talking about inviting other brands on here from certain areas because maybe not everybody knows about them. Maybe the marketing doesn't quite reach everyone, and it needs a little bit more push. I welcome all those brands here to talk about stuff and get into the details. I know I've talked through almost every one of these songs. You guys can look it up on your own time if you wish. So the titles will be here, song artists will be here, listed here, and in the playlist here. Only 3 songs left, and I'll probably be at my 1 hour mark. Really relaxing stuff today. Nothing harsh, no drum and bass, no metal. It'll be easy for people to listen to. I have decided though, I think that I might hold off on a lot of my metal demos. Drum and bass demos seem to reach audiences more so. There's more bass response in those songs, as the name implies. And I think that they serve me well because I love that music. And metal's a little bit more niche, so I'll still want to demo and play some. But I think that if I have a choice to do demos, I might roll with drum and bass more because it seems to reach out to more audiences. There's more appeal. It's a little bit more make us stronger EDM dance music. It's not as harsh sounding. That might be my move in the future. Third last song here on the list, and then we'll get out of here. Anybody else has a topic they'd like to bring up, I will stick around and discuss that with you if you wish. Anything that was in my videos you'd like to talk about? Intelligently? Nemesis, Aaron Perks. Very relaxing sounds are there. So I did add one song from this playlist. That's Moses Yofi Trio. Very, very well recorded. Lots of space in that song. Very cool. I just felt like going live today, just, catch up with everybody. I've done a lot of live sessions lately, not many videos though. That's the really strange thing about the idea of capturing, editing, telling a story, doing demos, that kind of thing. I'm still recovering. I'm at home from work for a little while now because I've got so many different things that I'm trying to heal from. Therapy sessions, my shoulder injury that I'm treating, my other my other surgery that I'm recovering from, my stomach issues that I've always had. I mean, this is not really audio related, but it is in terms of what I have to deal with in my life in order to make videos work and content capture and things like that. Trying to find the best balance for everything right now, and being stressed out by a workplace that just basically functions like it doesn't care. They are caring in terms of, you got to do what you got to do, and if it's not good enough, they'll politely ask you to move out of the way. So you're not serving the right, timeline, schedule, whatever it is, and maybe you could take some time off. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Pay me, I'm good with being at home all the time. Do something from home. If that means change of job, figuring things out, that's kind of where I'm at. last song in the playlist. This is actually very well recorded, so I'm gonna add this one to the playlist too. Very, very nice tune. Yeah, very, very cool tune. I like this. That's Porto Alto. Porto Alto Latency, which is hilariously named. So that'll be it for my stream per se. Let me put some of this on in the background, but we don't need to be looking at it. I do appreciate everybody being here, stopping in. Thank you for having the notifications on. Brings everybody to my random live sessions. Probably see it's Wednesday. If I put a notification out now, if anybody wants to do a live stream on the weekend, I guess I'll leave this as an open invite. If anybody wants to join and check it out, then we can do that. Let's chill into those tunes. Absolutely, man. That's why I like bringing the playlists, discovering new music, new playlists, new stuff like that. That's basically from like the neo soul type of side. Like I've been listening to a lot of jazz, a lot of calm stuff. That's what helps me balance everything out. If I have a lot of energy in my mind and I'm trying to balance everything out, when I go to listen to music, I don't double down on my music. I don't have like high energy all day and then listen to high energy music when I'm sitting in, that kind of thing. It balances out. Like if I'm in a low mood, then I might put on high energy music to pull me up. But then at the end of the day, which is most of the time, I'll listen to down tempo music to help me relax and just kind of like let things go, listen to really clean kind of sound, and it's more chilled. It's very, very interesting. Like music is very, very emotional in that sense that when your mood changes, the music can change. That's the beautiful thing of having multiple genres. I don't understand. I don't really understand how some people only listen to one kind of music. It makes me wonder about their psychology and the energy levels that they deal with, whether it's like a paired comfort thing where it has to be the same energy in order to feel good about it, where mine is almost like the opposite. Like if I have pains, then I do something to eliminate my pain. Or if I'm sad, I want something to bring me up. And if I'm high energy, I need something to calm me down. Like I look at it like a balance. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. Very interesting, it's very personal. This is the whole thing about audio, right? Like it's all just personal taste. And there isn't a psychologist or an engineer or anyone in the world that could tell you what's right for you, which is the entire hi-fi hobby. There isn't anybody else who could tell you what's right. They could tell you with definitive facts and figures and science and math and physics how it works, and there can be debates and arguments about what works and what doesn't in a certain context. But when it comes to enjoying it, there are exactly this many conversations, not three, zero conversations that can accurately and pin down like, oh, this would be right for you. No. And I would argue that there's a lot of conversations out there that happen that have no facts or figures in science or physics to prove that what they're saying actually works. All kinds of conversations to be had. Therein lies the power of music. It can rearrange your mood to suit your needs. Absolutely. Music has been shown to like retrain Alzheimer's patients. Like they remember music or dance or ballet or certain moments in life. The music triggers things in them that nothing else in the world can. Music is that powerful, but it is very, very, very subjective. It's a sensory perception. Solipsistic sensory perception. That would actually be a pretty cool audio name. My kind of audio name. Something to piss everybody off and be like, "How do you even say this name? Dickhead." This name. I know people give me shit about this all the time. Like, "What? Why would you make it so complicated?" Uh, I am not simple. So, yeah, music is very powerful in that way. Just look at any of the jet fighter movies and how the air cowboys use music to get in the Yeah, exactly, music hypes them up. You hear, like, "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue, and tell me when that song comes on, you don't feel like driving a car as fast as possible? Bro, that's a that's a driving song. I should put that up. This is a this is a driving song. That's a driving song. I can't play the rest of that because I'll get canned for it for sure. But yeah, it's like, yeah, this exactly Top Gun Danger Zone. It's written for the movie. It's to trigger an emotion. It's to support what's on screen. Absolutely. A lot of the music and soundtracks is exactly that's why Hans Zimmer is such a genius. He's telling emotional stories in music that couple to what's on screen. The theme of an entire story is in his music. I love him for that. Have to be open to new genres like world music, some cool stuff out there. Absolutely. So let me see if I can find one of my favorites. This is my selected playlist, and I want to find one that's like a world sound. I think it might actually be in one of my new ones. Very, very I have so many songs in my playlist that I'm not sure if you guys subscribe to this list. Let me see. Is it in my 25 list? It's a it's like a traditional sort of Indian sounding singer. I can't remember the name of it now though. Oh my goodness. So all these yeah, all of this stuff is in that other playlist too. Oh, I can't remember what it's called anymore. It's definitely on in this playlist though. But I can't remember the name of the song now, but it's really cool. It's very world sounding Indian tabla, very syncopated sort of sound. I'm going to see if I can find it. I only added it really late into last year. Oh, I can't remember the name of the song. Even the artist name, like, have no idea. Ah, this one. You guys can hear this, right? Here we go. Come on, tell me that ain't cool. Really, really, really cool. I found this like a little while ago, like a couple years ago, and come on, that's dope. I mean, and that's the beautiful part of like stepping outside of your comfort zone in order to find something really, really cool, really supporting, really, emotional. Like your emotions are not locked in a box as much as most of us have been traumatized into it. We have so much potential, and it's just about being encouraged and comforted and taking a step of faith within yourself, not for anybody else, but within yourself, just to discover something could change all of that different stuff that's been going on, rattling in our brains. Radar Love can't drive 55. Yeah, absolutely. Peter Gabriel, man, as many also, yes. Mr. Lakewood, no, it's not a type of scat. That's actually Indian. Let me see. I wonder if you're right. I wonder if 50-50. I'm going to say 50-50 because I'm not sure if it was an actual word or if it was the percussive sounds like tabla. You can speak the drumming parts of tabla through words. That's a really, really cool thing about that drum is there's a vocal side to the tabla playlist. So you can vocalize the drum parts. There's YouTube videos on this. You can hear people walk through it. So if you look up tabla, I'm pretty sure it's Tabla, and avant-garde jazz has is a stretch for me. It sounds more like random noise. Hey, and you know what? And it's all personal. So absolutely, it sounds like whatever it sounds like to you. And just the thing about having like an open palate, right? Like some people don't like certain flavors of food. They just absolutely don't like certain things, certain textures like calamari or escargot, or I don't know, I'm saying all these pretty pretty standardized, but that's just the way it is. That's personal taste. It's more proof to the point here that genres of music, think about even genres of music and playing hi-fi demos. Imagine if you just never heard your own kind of favorite music on speakers, or alternatively, you only heard music you liked on speakers. Would that change the perception of the speakers for you? Would you always feel positive about those speakers if you heard them playing your favorite music? You think about how that's used to market and sell stuff. I'd be pretty convinced if people played only my favorite shit. I'd be like, yeah, this sounds dope. Like they're playing bass and whatever. Like, it just gets you into that mood. It's very interesting sort of point to make. So I was only half listening because I'm working at the same time. Oh yeah. Don't get in trouble for working. Minimalism genre is another strange one. Yeah. Yeah. A good calamari chef's kiss. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the whole thing about personal taste and like discovering music and like allowing it to grow on you. There's albums by my favorite bands like Tool. When Tool's latest album came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? It was really hard to listen to because I didn't understand it yet. And some people, when they're met with this, I don't get it, they just write it off. They're just like, I'm not even going to try to get it. I don't get it now. I will never get it. Get it away from me. That's a choice that's being made based on initial impressions. But after I sat with that Tool album for like a month because it's so dense, now I can appreciate it. Same thing with Meshuggah. Meshuggah is the kind of metal band that so much stuff is going on with their music. It's so dense. It's so varied. There's a lot of math and groove texture that's in it. It's polyrhythmic, so it's not easy to stomach. Rush is the same thing. Dream Theater, progressive metal, same thing. It's very, very dense. It's like a musician's music. So genres that are like very eclectic avant-garde jazz, hard to listen to because there's a lot of shit going on. And minimalist is same thing. There's almost nothing going on. But it's like if I was to allow myself enough time without judging it, using a prerequisite, like if I come to the table and say, I only like chocolate, I've only ever liked chocolate, I've never blah blah blah, you say I've never had anything else, and you say, well, how do you know you only like chocolate? You got to try something else before you know you don't like it. It's a very sort of narrow-minded comfort zone thinking. And this is only personal taste, but it's backed up by psychology. So, I mean, it's a real thing. You can talk yourself into a corner. You don't need anybody's help. You just, couch cushion fortress with a blanket overhead and say, this is what I am. And you decide that by choice. Or, you know, step outside a box for yourself. Nobody else has to know. Just figure it out on your own. You are a dynamic being. Human beings are not stuck in stone. We are dynamic. We are emotional. We are fluid. As much as people want to say they're not, they are. It's just at some point, some things happened, and we decide to focus on things that we like or don't like. And that's like genres of music. There's plenty out there that we can enjoy, but we kind of narrow in on things we're comfortable with. It's not until you're challenged that you grow. So I guess if I'm going to end the stream with any message, it would be that just try something new just for the fuck of it. Don't have a box around you. Don't be cornered. Don't, let your past or let your mind or let your traumas or let your comforts or let your emotions decide what you are. Push and pull against these things just to be open, just to change the dynamic, just a little bit. It's very true. Some rock needs bass boosts, but the bass gets blown out in hip hop and rap. Yeah, that's why there's EQs and mastering techniques and compressors and all kinds of stuff built into electronics. Like, yeah, it can be too much. If your system is tuned at home or your speakers are tuned for certain genres that have like no bass, like 80s rock, and it was mastered that way, and then you play something modern where the compression and the recording techniques have changed, yeah, you're going to blow some shit up because it's not designed the same way. That's context. There's nothing wrong with the speakers. There's nothing wrong with the recording. The recordings are not done poorly. It's just different now. There's a context to that. This is the same. It reminds me of like if you put like E85 fuel in a race car, the race car is going to run like complete ass. But if it's 98 or 10 whatever, and it's like race fuel, then the race car is going to love you forever. But you got to treat it right. Audio and gear is the same thing. You just got to know how to use it correctly. But, people are like, I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. I don't want to be wrong. They'll point fingers at everybody else before they point them at themselves. Jazz has been likened to music for those with brains are wired differently, not wrong, different. Hey, that echoes exactly what I just said. Like ADHD or dyslexia or autism or spectrum or whatever the hell you actually are as a human being, because there's a lot of different types. Exactly. It's just different. It doesn't make it right or wrong, which is a very poor way of judging anything. It's just different. It applies different. The context is different. Absolutely. So we all need couch cushion fortresses from time to time. Yeah. I mean, it is good to be comfortable. I agree with that. But you know what? Your comfort can become this prison. Comfort zones will kill you. You might not see it coming. It's like frog in the boiling water. But comfort zones can absolutely kill you. It just might take a while. And you won't realize it until it's too late. So I was running 2 profiles on my mini DSP, one for hip hop, rap, and one for everything. Yeah, and that's smart. That's using tools to your advantage. You realize you can't use a lawnmower to shovel snow. Like, why would you? You understand the tools. You know that snow or like maybe people have used lawnmowers to chop up leaves. It's possible. Mulchers are better. But you can't use lawnmowers to clear snow or ice. You have to use a snowblower, right? This is just learning what is what. This is the tools you need. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of people wouldn't even be open to this option because they've just got this much vision. They just won't listen to people or listen to things that can change how well your system can work in many different ways. It's not just audio, it can be anything. Your whole life could be like that. Not allowing another option just because. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. We're at an hour and 11 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Discover Weekly, which, I opened a whole can of worms throughout this whole stream. So I appreciate everybody being here. If you're going to be around on Saturday and you want to join the stream, let me know early. Hit me in Discord, join the Discord, start a conversation there. Song suggestions, playlist that I'm building. I have a playlist for my YouTubers, but nobody's verified yet. So hold on, I'll show you. I will show you. Look, no one. There's no songs because nobody's verified. Nobody's verified that they're subscribed, so I haven't added anything to the playlist, but it's waiting. I need to see what's going on here. So you're doing the playlist stream on Saturday? No. I'm just saying I might do another stream, and if people want to join me on the Saturday just to kind of hang out on video or stream, then yeah, maybe maybe if you guys want to join me on stream, then I'll add some songs to this playlist. Can we do that? I will add some on Discord. Oh, I didn't. Well, I guess I shouldn't have put that on thing, but whatever. You don't have to accept people just randomly messaging you. But yeah, to anybody else, please, join the Discord and become a contributor to the channel. If you want me to do something specific with sound demos and new style and new whatever, I don't need to hear some negative, insulting, whatever, a comment in the section. Like, you're just going to get muted, ignored, or made fun of otherwise. But if you're polite, you're constructive, if you're giving feedback, then I'm way more open to hearing you out. I don't know how people were raised and expect people to just answer them in such a way. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'll try to be around. All depends on the other half. Understandable, reasonable. I probably won't make it very long, but we'll see what happens. And I still have a couple of days to make up my mind. Also, I may or may not be available on the weekend because I have a photo shoot contract that was open for me. So I'm just waiting on word of when that's going to be. Like, I thought it might be this weekend. I made a suggestion that it would be easy for me to do, but if they're not necessarily ready, then I'm going to have to call it off for the Saturday. So I don't know yet. I'm predicting Saturday right now if I don't get a heads up on what's going on, but I'll reach out and post in the Discord or otherwise Facebook or my posts, and I'll let people know. At least by Friday night, you'll know if it's happening, and then we can kind of figure it out. Okay, cool. Is everybody cool? I wish you a great Saturday. It's a warm, or not Saturday. It's a Wednesday. Hello. I wish you a good week. Hang in there. Do what you got to do. Fight the power. We'll see everybody on the weekend, or if not before that, with some videos. Not really sure if I got anything new to really share. I do want to talk about the E50s with the audience. The Cefs deserve a bit of attention, and then I have home theater stuff that I have to talk about, and maybe a surprise. I've got some old speakers in the room right now that I just cleared some space out for, and I want to do a demo for those, but I have to wire a system for it. If they don't work, I don't want them blowing up the amps that I love, right? I need a test bench, so I'm trying to figure that out before I demo them. If they don't work, I'm going to probably toss them out. But if they work, it's going to be very fun. Let's just put it that way. CV, if you know what CV is, put it in the comments. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Mirage, thank you for being here as well. Everybody listening, thank you very much. Messages, comments. After the video, if you stay to the end, write down what CV means. You guys know it. I know you know it. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.